Welcome back to my channel, Pocket Change Coins. If you're excited about finding hidden gems in your pocket change, you're in the right place. First, we're going to uncover some of the most valuable and rare US coins that could be worth a fortune. Let's dive in. We've got a special spotlight on a piece of modern American currency that's gaining a lot of attention in the collector world, the Montana State Quarter, specifically the 2007 P edition with the years 1889 to 2007 proudly inscribed on it. You may have seen it before, but after today, you'll never look at it the same way again. Now, you might be wondering, what makes a quarter, something most people barely think twice about, worth more than just 25 cents? The answer lies in a fascinating mix of history, design, minting specifics, and rarity. So let's get into the story behind this coin and why it might be one of the most valuable finds hiding in plain sight. First, let's go back to the beginning. The Montana State Quarter was released in 2007 as part of the highly popular 50 State Quarters program, which began in 1999 and concluded in 2008. Each quarter in the series was designed to honor a different U.S. state, featuring symbols and imagery that reflect the state's history and culture. Montana became the 41st state in the Union in 1889, and this coin was created to celebrate more than a century of Montana's heritage and identity. Now, let's talk about the coin's striking design, something that collectors absolutely love. On the obverse side, you'll see the familiar profile of George Washington, the first U.S. president, which appears on all state quarters. But it's the reverse side that really tells Montana's story. The reverse features a powerful image of a bison skull floating above a rugged Montana landscape. This is no random symbol. The bison skull represents Montana's rich Native American heritage, as well as its wild frontier past. Beneath it is a panoramic scene of the state's open plains and distant mountains, capturing the untamed beauty of Big Sky Country. The phrase Big Sky Country also appears on the coin, giving a poetic nod to the vastness of Montana's skies and the openness of its land. It's more than just a quarter, it's a miniature tribute to the wild American West and a state known for its natural beauty and deep cultural roots. Now, here's where things start to get really interesting. The 2007 Montana Quarter, minted in Philadelphia, known as the 2007 P Montana Quarter, has gained attention not only for its design but also for its rarity in specific conditions. While millions were produced for general circulation, only a small percentage have survived in flawless, uncirculated condition. These are the quarters that collectors are hunting for, the ones with sharp details, strong luster, and no signs of wear. But that's not all. Some of these coins also feature minting errors, and that's where the value can skyrocket. What kind of errors? Think about things like off-center strikes, double dies, or even unusual planchet errors where the metal blank used for the coin was imperfect. These mint mistakes are incredibly rare, and when they appear on a state quarter, especially one as visually unique as the Montana coin, they drive collectors into a frenzy. Now, if you happen to own a 2007 P Montana State Quarter and it's in mint state condition, or better yet, has one of these rare minting errors, you're not just holding onto a nice piece of pocket change. You're holding a collector's item. These quarters, when graded highly by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can command impressive prices. Collectors are constantly scouring their collections, their old coin jars, even their pocket change for coins like this. It's amazing to think about, isn't it? Something as ordinary as a quarter turning out to be worth a fortune simply because it was well preserved or struck a little differently than the rest. It's one of the many reasons why coin collecting is such an exciting hobby. You never know what hidden gem you might discover. And now, the moment you've been waiting for: just how much can a 2007 P Montana State Quarter, in top condition or with a rare mint error, be worth today? Well, believe it or not, one of these incredible coins has been valued as high as $35,000. Yes, you heard that right. $35,000 for a single quarter. That's a massive return on what many people still see as just 25 cents. So the next time you're sifting through your change or going through an old coin collection, keep your eyes peeled. The Montana State Quarter might just be the treasure you didn't know you had. Second rare coin, we've got something truly fascinating for you, a deep dive into one of the most iconic and overlooked coins from the 50 State Quarters series. We're talking about the 2006 Nebraska State Quarter, proudly displaying the dates 1867 to 2006. It's a coin that celebrates Nebraska's statehood in a stunning design, but did you know this small piece of metal could potentially be worth far more than its face value? Stick with us, because by the end of this video you'll learn everything you need to know about this coin's background, artistic beauty, collector appeal, and of course, how much it could be worth if you have the right one in your hands. Let's rewind for a moment. In 1999, the United States Mint launched a groundbreaking initiative, the 50 State Quarters program. The idea was to release a unique quarter for each U.S. state, issued in the order they were admitted into the Union. Nebraska's turn came in 2006, making it the 37th state quarter to be released. And what a tribute it was! This coin stands out not only for its aesthetic beauty but for the rich cultural and historical meaning behind its imagery. Now, let's take a closer look at the design that has coin collectors talking. On the obverse, you'll find the standard profile of George Washington, as seen on all state quarters. But the real magic happens on the reverse. This side of the coin is where Nebraska's story comes to life. The design features a covered wagon being pulled westward across the open plains, symbolizing the pioneers who ventured into the unknown during the 19th century. Above them, soaring in the sky, is Chimney Rock, one of Nebraska's most iconic natural landmarks, which served as a crucial navigation point along the historic Oregon Trail. What makes this coin's reverse so powerful is how it captures the spirit of the American frontier, the ambition, the bravery, and the hope of a better life. This was a land where challenges were many but so were the opportunities. The inclusion of Chimney Rock ties Nebraska's identity to the broader story of westward expansion, which shaped not only the state but the entire nation. This particular coin, minted in Denver and marked with a D mint mark, was released in huge quantities. Millions were produced and circulated. But here's where things get interesting. Not all of these coins are created equal. The ones that end up in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those that receive high grades from professional grading companies, can become incredibly valuable. What determines a coin's worth isn't just its age or how many were made. It's all about the condition, rarity, and if you're lucky, the presence of any minting errors. A coin that has no signs of wear, a flawless strike, and retains its original luster can command a high premium among collectors. Some Nebraska quarters have been found with double die errors, off-center strikes, or other minting anomalies that make them extremely rare. If you happen to own one of these error coins, or simply a Nebraska quarter in MS-67 or higher condition, you might be holding on to something far more valuable than a simple piece of spare change. Coins like these have become hot items in the numismatic world. Their value is pushed even higher because state quarters, especially ones with interesting designs like Nebraska's, are extremely popular among new and experienced collectors alike. Another thing to consider is that over time, as more people search through rolls of coins and coin jars, the number of high-quality examples still in existence continues to shrink. That drives demand up and increases value. So while there may have been millions minted, only a select few have survived in the kind of condition that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. And now, the part you've been waiting for, the big reveal. How much can one of these 2006 Nebraska state quarters actually be worth? If you have one in flawless condition, or one that features a rare mint error, it could be worth as much as $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000 for a state quarter. That's a life-changing amount of money hiding in plain sight, and it's just another reason why collecting coins is such a thrilling and rewarding hobby. So go ahead, check your change, dig into that old coin jar, or search through your collection. The 2006 Nebraska quarter might just be waiting for you to discover it. And if you find one that looks promising, make sure to get it evaluated by a trusted coin grading service. You never know, you might be holding a small piece of American history that's worth a fortune. Third expensive coin, we're taking a closer look at a special coin from the legendary 50 State Quarters series, the 1999 New Jersey State Quarter. With its bold design, historic symbolism, and growing collector interest, this little coin might just be worth more than you ever imagined. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll find out exactly how much this quarter could be worth today. Spoiler alert, we're not talking about just 25 cents. We're talking thousands, and the number may shock you. Let's start with some background. The New Jersey State Quarter was the third coin released in the U.S. Mint's iconic 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each coin in this series was dedicated to one of the 50 states and was designed to showcase something special, something that captured the heart of that state's identity. For New Jersey, the U.S. Mint chose to honor a key moment in the American Revolution. The reverse design of the New Jersey Quarter is what really sets it apart. It features the iconic image of George Washington crossing the Delaware River, based on the famous 1851 painting by Emanuel Leutze. This dramatic scene represents a turning point in the Revolutionary War, when General Washington led a surprise attack against the Hessian forces in Trenton during the harsh winter of 1776. The design powerfully captures the bravery, determination, and leadership that defined that critical moment in American history. In the image, you'll see Washington standing tall at the front of the boat, surrounded by a determined crew rowing through icy waters. Above the scene, the coin reads, "Crossroads of the Revolution," a fitting tribute to New Jersey's key role in America's fight for independence. The coin also displays the dual date 1787 to 1999, symbolizing the year New Jersey ratified the Constitution and the year this commemorative coin was issued. On the obverse side, as with all state quarters, you'll find the familiar portrait of George Washington facing left, the classic design by John Flanagan that's been used for decades, but with slight adjustments for the 50 State Quarters program. Now, while millions of these coins were minted for circulation, not all of them are created equal. Especially when it comes to the Denver Mint, marked by the D Mint mark. Coins from the Denver Mint can sometimes have subtle differences in strike quality or even rare minting errors, which can make a world of difference in the eyes of collectors. So, what makes this quarter potentially valuable? Let's start with condition. Coins that have never been circulated, what collectors call uncirculated or mint state, are always worth more. When a coin is kept in pristine condition, free of scratches, wear, or discoloration, it's much more attractive to buyers. Coins graded MS-65 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can sell for impressive prices, especially when the demand is high. Then there are error coins. These are coins that left the mint with mistakes, like off-center strikes, double dies, or even wrong planchet errors, where the coin is accidentally struck on a metal blank meant for a different denomination. These errors are rare, and when they happen on a popular coin like the New Jersey Quarter, they send shockwaves through the collector community. It's also worth noting that the New Jersey Quarter was among the first state quarters released, meaning it holds a special place in the history of the entire series. Collectors who are trying to build full 50 state sets often place extra value on these earlier coins, especially ones in flawless condition or with rare mint features. Another thing driving up the value of coins like the 1999 D New Jersey Quarter is the increasing popularity of coin collecting in recent years. More and more people are realizing that the change in their pockets could be hiding treasures. As demand increases, so does the market value for rare and high-grade coins. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. You might be asking yourself, okay, but what's the actual value of this coin if I have the right one? Well, if you're lucky enough to own a 1999 D New Jersey State Quarter in near-perfect condition, or if it has a recognized mint error, you could be sitting on a true collector's prize. In fact, one of these coins has been valued as high as $60,000, yes, $60,000 for a single quarter. That's the kind of life-changing discovery that makes coin collecting so exciting. A coin you once thought was just part of your spare change could end up being worth more than your car, or even more than a down payment on a house. So the next time you're going through your coin jar or checking the change you got from the store, don't just toss that quarter aside. Take a close look. Look for the 1999 date, the Denver D mint mark, and check the condition. If it looks uncirculated or you spot anything unusual in the strike, it might be worth getting it professionally appraised. Especially, we're diving into one of the more recent yet surprisingly valuable quarters from the America the Beautiful series, the 2014 D Great Sand Dunes National Park Quarter. Don't be fooled by its modern release. this coin is a hidden gem in the world of collectors, and it just might be sitting unnoticed in your coin jar, purse, or drawer right now. So make yourself comfortable, because by the end of this video, you'll understand the story behind this beautiful coin, what makes it so special, and just how much it could be worth, especially if you're holding the right one. Let's start with a bit of background. In 2010, the United States Mint launched the America the Beautiful Quarters program, designed to celebrate some of the nation's most treasured parks and historic sites. Each state and U.S. territory had a chance to be featured with a location that captured its natural or cultural beauty. And in 2014, it was Colorado's turn, honoring one of the most unique landscapes in the country, Great Sand Dunes National Park. Located in southern Colorado, Great Sand Dunes National Park is home to the tallest sand dunes in North America. Towering up to 750 feet high, these dunes are surrounded by rugged mountains, alpine forests, grasslands, and wetlands. The area is not only visually stunning, but also geologically fascinating, a true wonder of the American West. Now let's talk about the coin itself. The reverse design of the 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter is breathtaking. It features a father and child playing at the base of a massive sand dune, with the Sangre de Cristo Mountains rising in the background. The detail in the image captures both the vast scale of the dunes and the sense of adventure and wonder that people feel when they visit. It's one of the more emotionally resonant designs of the entire America the Beautiful series, striking a perfect balance between grandeur and humanity. The obverse, of course, features the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan and slightly updated for this series. You'll also see the D Mint mark, indicating that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint, which is crucial to identifying the version of the coin we're focusing on today. Now, you might be thinking, this coin is only from 2014, how could it possibly be valuable already? That's a great question. The answer lies in rarity, condition, and errors. First, let's look at condition. Coins that are graded MS66, MS67, or higher, meaning mint state and nearly flawless, are extremely desirable. Even though millions of these quarters were produced, only a very small number have been preserved in perfect or near-perfect condition. Coins found in circulation almost always show signs of wear, which dramatically lowers their value. So, if you happen to have one that has been carefully stored or pulled straight from a mint roll and kept in excellent shape, it's already more valuable than average. Then there are the error coins. And here's where things get really exciting. A few 2014 D Great Sand Dunes quarters have been found with minting anomalies, such as double dies, die breaks, or off-center strikes. These kinds of errors are rare, and when they appear on a coin that's already collectible, the value can skyrocket. There's also something called a satin finish variety, which was produced in special mint sets and has a unique texture and look compared to standard circulation coins. These versions are often sought after for their rarity and beauty. If your coin looks different from others, perhaps more matte or smooth, it might just be one of these special editions. Another factor that adds value is low population in high grades. That means very few coins of this type have received top-tier grading from reputable services like PCGS or NGC. When there are fewer coins available in pristine condition, collectors are willing to pay a premium to own one. Combine that with the increasing popularity of the America the Beautiful series, and you have a recipe for a serious investment opportunity. Now, before we reveal the potential value, here's something important. Not every 2014 D Great Sand Dunes quarter is worth big money. But the ones that are, those in superb condition or featuring rare errors, are commanding serious attention in auctions and from private collectors. So, how much can one of these rare 2014 D Great Sand Dunes quarters be worth? Get ready for it, because one of these coins in the right condition and with the right features has been valued as high as $23,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $23,000 for a coin minted just over a decade ago. That's the kind of discovery that turns a casual collector into a lifelong enthusiast. And it's why people across the country are starting to pay closer attention to the coins they handle every day. So take a second look at your spare change. Go through that roll of quarters. Dig into your collection. You never know, the next big treasure might be hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to notice it. Now, we're diving into a truly eye-catching and meaningful coin, the 2020 United States Land Stewardship Quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series, and one that's stirring up quite a buzz among collectors across the country. You might be holding one of these quarters without realizing the potential it holds. So stay with us as we journey through the story of this coin, from its powerful design and symbolic meaning, to the hidden factors that could make it incredibly valuable. Let's start by setting the stage. In 2020, the U.S. Mint released several coins under the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a series that celebrated the natural beauty, cultural history, and public lands of the United States. Among these was a coin that stood out for its powerful message about land stewardship and conservation. While it's officially known as the Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve Quarter, many collectors refer to it by its striking theme, land stewardship. Minted in Philadelphia, and marked by the Mint mark, this quarter features a breathtaking scene that captures the quiet beauty and importance of one of the last remaining tallgrass prairie ecosystems in North America. Let's take a closer look at the reverse design, which is where the heart of this coin truly lies. The artwork shows a regal fritillary butterfly gently hovering above swaying blades of big bluestem and Indian grass, plants native to the tallgrass prairie. This butterfly is not just there for decoration, it's a symbol of fragile ecosystems, of biodiversity, and of the interconnectedness of all life. The way it's depicted, delicately suspended in motion, is a reminder of how vital it is to preserve nature, not just for beauty, but for survival. The detail on the grass, the motion in the wings, and the natural flow of the entire image is a tribute not only to the landscape, but to the philosophy of stewardship, the idea that we are not owners of the land, but caretakers of it, for future generations. On the obverse, of course, you'll find the timeless image of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan and slightly modernized for the series. And just beneath it, that all-important Mint mark, signaling that this coin came from the Philadelphia Mint. Now, you might be asking, okay, but why would a quarter from just a few years ago be worth more than 25 cents? Great question. It all comes down to a combination of rarity, condition, and potential errors. While millions of coins were produced, only a tiny fraction remain in pristine, uncirculated condition, and even fewer have received high professional grades like MS-67 or MS-68 from top grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Coins in these high mint states are extremely desirable to collectors, especially when they come from more recent years where circulation has already begun to take its toll. A coin pulled directly from a mint roll and stored carefully might retain its full luster, no scratches, and razor-sharp detail. That's what makes it valuable, but that's not all. Some 2020 land stewardship quarters have been discovered with minting errors. These could include double dies, die cracks, or even more dramatic flaws like off-center strikes. These imperfections, while technically mistakes, are viewed as one-of-a-kind treasures by collectors. A rare error can elevate the value of a modern coin exponentially. Another reason this quarter is gaining popularity is its symbolism in today's world. More and more people are recognizing the importance of environmental conservation, and this coin represents that movement. It's a reflection of changing times, and coins that tell powerful stories tend to become more collectible over the years. So, the million-dollar question is, how much can this coin be worth? Well, if you happen to have a 2020 land stewardship quarter in flawless mint state condition, especially one with a recognized mint error, you could be holding something incredibly special. One such coin has been valued as high as $18,000. That's right, $18,000 for a modern quarter that many people don't think twice about. It's proof that treasures don't have to be ancient or rare in number. Sometimes, it's about quality, timing, and a little bit of luck. So next time you check your change or go through your coin rolls, keep your eyes peeled for this elegant and meaningful quarter. You never know when you might find a coin that not only tells a beautiful story, but also brings a surprising amount of value with it. Last unique coin, we're diving deep into one of the early coins from the legendary 50-state quarter series, the Massachusetts State Quarter, released in the year 2000, minted in Philadelphia, and marked with a P. You've probably seen this quarter before. Maybe it's been through your hands countless times without a second glance. But what if we told you that this common-looking coin could actually be worth thousands of dollars, depending on what kind of condition it's in, or if it has a rare error? Stick around, because we're going to break down the full story of this coin, from its powerful symbolism to its surprising value. Let's rewind for a second and talk about the big picture. The 50-state quarters program launched in 1999 as one of the U.S. Mint's most ambitious and successful public coin programs. Every year, 5 new quarters were released, each representing a different state in the order they joined the Union. And in the year 2000, Massachusetts took its turn, celebrating its rich history and revolutionary roots. The design of the Massachusetts quarter is elegant and bold. On the reverse side, you'll see the silhouette of the state's map, overlaid with a striking figure known as the Minuteman, a symbol of the citizen soldiers who stood ready to fight during the American Revolutionary War. These men, often farmers and tradesmen by day, were prepared to take up arms at a moment's notice, hence the name, Minutemen. Their bravery and readiness helped shape the outcome of the American Revolution, and their legacy lives on through this coin. Above the Minuteman, the coin proudly reads, "The Bay State, Massachusetts" official nickname. The image is more than just a tribute to the past, it's a reminder of the state's pivotal role in securing America's independence. The design itself is powerful, clean, and full of purpose, which is exactly why collectors have come to appreciate it even more as the years go by. The obverse side of the coin carries the familiar image of George Washington, originally sculpted by John Flanagan. It's the same design used across all the state quarters, but when paired with Massachusetts' strong reverse, it creates a coin that feels both timeless and deeply American. Now let's get into what really brings this coin into the spotlight, its potential value. While millions of Massachusetts quarters were minted in Philadelphia in the year 2000, not all of them were created equal. Most were circulated, meaning they were passed from hand to hand, developing scratches, dings, and signs of wear. But a very small percentage were either preserved in flawless condition or contain rare minting errors, which makes them incredibly desirable to collectors. Let's talk about condition first. A Massachusetts quarter graded MS-66 or MS-67, that's mint state, meaning it looks like it just left the mint, can fetch far more than its face value. These coins have a bright, lustrous finish and no visible marks. They're usually found in sealed mint rolls, original packaging, or from collectors who knew to preserve them from day one. But what really sends a coin's value skyrocketing is the presence of a mint error. These are the kinds of mistakes that slip past the quality control process at the mint. For example, some Massachusetts quarters have been found with off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet errors. These flaws are like gold in the eyes of collectors because they're so rare, and because they turn an ordinary coin into a one-of-a-kind piece. Another element that adds to this coin's appeal is the fact that it's one of the first 10 state quarters released. The early coins in the series tend to carry more weight with collectors, especially those looking to build complete, high-quality sets. And Massachusetts, with its revolutionary theme and iconic design, is one that stands out from the rest. So here's the exciting part. If you happen to own a Massachusetts 2000 P quarter in exceptional uncirculated condition, or better yet, with a verified mint error, you could be holding something that's far more valuable than it seems. Believe it or not, one of these rare and high-grade Massachusetts quarters has been valued at $35,000, yes, $35,000, for a coin that could easily go unnoticed in your spare change. That's why coin collecting is so thrilling, and why it pays, literally, to pay attention. So before you spend that quarter or toss it into a jar, take a good look at the date, the mint mark, and its condition. You never know when a little piece of history might turn out to be a life-changing discovery. Thanks for watching today's episode. If you love learning about valuable coins, fascinating designs, and American history you can hold in your hand, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We've got plenty more treasures to uncover together. Until next time, happy collecting, and keep checking that change.